He's like my dad in a lot of ways. Once he and I got together, I knew that the combination was going to be magical.
We've had an unbelievable chemistry.
Really?
Sitting next to me right now is the best singer in the world.
This is not a drill. Clive Davis is dead. Right now, everybody line up, oldest to youngest. What happened? Get the biopics out now. He cannot hurt you anymore. He has no power over you.
For years, people have wondered about the mysterious note Whitney Houston quietly handed to Brandy while Clive Davis was nearby. The moment became even more chilling because only a few hours later, Whitney was found dead in her hotel room. Ever since then, fans have questioned what was written on that piece of paper and whether it held an important message. Now that Clive Davis is no longer alive, many believe the truth may finally come out. Rumors suggest that artists are beginning to speak more openly about their experiences in the music industry. Brandy had always promised to keep the note private, but reports now claim she is ready to reveal its contents. According to these claims, the note could point toward possible foul play in Whitney's death. If that is true, this shocking revelation could change everything people thought they knew about the tragic case.
Whitney Houston. Now, I knew you had a connection to her, but I didn't realize, and you write in the book, that shortly before her death, you had a lengthy phone call with her.
I did.
What was that call?
It mattered so much to me because I got a chance to tell her everything I hadn't told her, just how much she inspired me, how much I loved her, her impact in my life. And yeah, it was an emotional conversation. I didn't know it was going to be my last time speaking to her.
Clive Davis has reportedly passed away at the age of 94 after dealing with serious breathing problems. According to reports, he died peacefully at his home in Manhattan, New York. His family shared a heartfelt statement, saying that the world would remember him as a legendary music executive whose talent, vision, and dedication helped shape the careers of many of the biggest stars in the industry. They praised him for discovering, guiding, and supporting artists whose music touched millions of people around the world. There is no doubt that his influence on the music business will be remembered for many years. Still, news of his death has sparked mixed reactions. Many people believe he deserves respect because of the huge role he played in introducing successful singers to the public and helping them build lasting careers. Others, however, remember the many controversies that surrounded the music business during his time. Critics have long argued that major record labels often signed artists to contracts that were unfair, leaving performers with far less money than fans expected despite selling millions of records. Some people point to famous artists such as TLC and Toni Braxton, who both faced serious financial problems even after achieving massive success. These stories have often been used as examples of how the music industry sometimes rewarded record companies more than the artists themselves. Over the years, several rumors and accusations have also claimed that powerful executives used fear and control to protect their influence, although many of these claims have never been proven. One artist closely connected to Clive Davis was Whitney Houston. He first met her in 1983 at a nightclub called Sweetwater, when she was still a teenager with an incredible voice. Impressed by her talent, he signed the 19-year-old singer to Arista Records and helped launch what would become one of the most successful careers in music history. Together, they worked on her self-titled debut album, which went on to sell around 25 million copies worldwide. Whitney later admitted that she and Clive often argued over which songs should be released and what direction her music should take. Even though they did not always agree, she said she appreciated his experience, advice, and support. She described him as an important mentor in her professional life, someone who helped her understand the music business while guiding her career during its most successful years.
What was it? What did you see in him? What made him different? Why Clive Davis?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom, his know-how. For a lot of artists, I wanted the guidance. I wanted to know, what made a hit record, and what made me, special, and it could be any song.
As Whitney Houston's career reached incredible heights, her relationship with Clive Davis reportedly became more distant. What once began as a strong mentor and artist partnership slowly changed as Whitney wanted more control over her own music and career decisions. By 2012, The two were no longer as close as they had been during the early years of her success. Around that time, Whitney trusted only a small group of people, and Brandy was one of them. The two first met in 1995 and quickly formed a deep friendship. Whitney became like a mentor to Brandy, offering advice and support throughout her career. Their bond grew even stronger when Whitney helped Brandy land the role of Cinderella in the 1997 television movie, where Whitney played the fairy godmother. Later, during an interview with Brandy, Monica, and Clive Davis, Whitney unexpectedly walked onto the set. Many believe she was simply there to encourage everyone. According to the story, Whitney mentioned that she had nearly drowned earlier that day before quietly handing Brandy a note. She then hugged Clive Davis and asked her daughter, Bobby Christina, to hug him as well. Some people believe this was done to distract him, giving Brandy a private moment to read the note without anyone noticing.
I stopped it. I love you. Okay, 12 today. It's for you. 12 today. I have to. I'm just saying love it because I can't. I love it. It's my dad. It's my dad. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Mom, come see her. Come say hi to. Come say hi to your godfather. Come say hi to your goddad.
After the interview ended, Brandy and Whitney Houston reportedly spent nearly 3 hours talking on the phone. Just 2 days later, Whitney tragically passed away, making Brandy one of the last people known to have spoken with her. Ever since then, many fans have wondered why Whitney unexpectedly visited the interview and what was written in the note she quietly handed to Brandy. Brandy has always said she would keep the note private. The only detail she shared was that Whitney told her she was going to recover and get her life back on track. But sadly, she died soon afterward. Some online rumors now claim that Clive Davis's death has made Brandy reconsider staying silent. According to these unverified claims, she had been afraid to speak out because of his influence in the music industry. However, there is no public evidence confirming these allegations, and they remain speculation rather than established fact.
In that 1995 meeting in Beverly Hills in the home of Clive Davis, who was responsible for the murder of Whitney Houston, I said it. His days are numbered.
According to the claims made in the original script, Whitney Houston became concerned after learning that Brandy was once again working closely with Monica and Clive Davis in 2012 while promoting their song It All Belongs to Me. The story says Monica continued to have a professional relationship with Clive and wanted his approval before recording the collaboration. It also claims that Clive hoped the project would help him strengthen his connection with Brandy and possibly convince her to sign with one of his labels. These allegations have never been confirmed, but the narrative suggests that Whitney felt the need to warn Brandy before it was too late. The script claims Whitney rushed to the interview and secretly handed Brandy a note that warned her to stay away from Clive and avoid signing any deal that could limit her freedom or control over her career. The story goes on to claim that Whitney believed Clive had surrounded her with people who appeared to support her, but were actually more loyal to him than to her. According to these allegations, many members of her team had worked with Clive before, giving him significant influence over important decisions throughout her career. While this arrangement may have helped launch Whitney's success, the script argues that it also made it difficult for her to take full control of her music and business choices. These are long-standing claims that have circulated online, but they have never been proven with public evidence. The script also points to Whitney's reported attempts to collaborate with Michael Jackson. It claims Michael invited Whitney to sing with him on I Just Can't Stop Loving You from his Bad album, and that she was excited about the opportunity. However, the collaboration never happened. The official explanation given at the time involved scheduling conflicts. Later, when Whitney wanted Michael to appear on her song If I Told You That, the partnership again failed to happen. The script argues that these missed opportunities were not accidental, but were meant to prevent Whitney from becoming more independent. However, there is no verified evidence supporting that conclusion, and the official reasons for the canceled collaborations have remained scheduling and other production issues. According to the same story, Whitney admired Michael Jackson because he had unusual control over his career. He wrote many of his own songs and owned important rights to his music, something very few artists achieved during that period. The script claims Whitney wanted similar freedom, But her record deal did not give her the same level of ownership. Instead, it alleges that the label preferred to keep her focused on projects that benefited the company. One example mentioned is a duet with Aretha Franklin, with the claim that it was financially more valuable for the label because both artists were signed to the same company. Again, these interpretations remain opinions and allegations rather than established facts. The script then discusses Whitney's reported $100 million recording contract signed in 2001. It claims she received a large advance while the remaining payments depended on the commercial success of future albums. It further alleges that the label later reduced promotional support for her music, pointing to digital piracy as the reason for weaker sales. According to the narrative, Whitney eventually found herself in a difficult financial position and reportedly owed the label millions of dollars. At the same time, her health had declined, and years of substance abuse had affected her voice, making it much harder for her to perform at the level fans remembered. Finally, the script makes its most serious claim by suggesting that Whitney became more valuable to the label after her death than during her final years as an artist. It also alleges that her contract contained provisions related to advances after an artist's death and questions why Clive Davis continued hosting his annual pre-Grammy party at the same hotel on the night Whitney died. These claims have circulated online for years, but there is no public evidence proving that Clive Davis was responsible for Whitney Houston's death, or that he had prior knowledge of it. Whitney's official cause of death was ruled an accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use listed as contributing factors. Any suggestion of murder or a deliberate conspiracy remains unproven speculation rather than established fact.
Well, you're a very small minority, because if you knew Whitney better, you knew she was not there to perform.
Yeah.
This was her favorite night of the year. She came out every year. This party was so part of her.
So you're saying
and
that she
so
would've...
that the family, we spoke to representatives of Pat, who was a manager, and Gary, who was her brother.
Her body was still upstairs.
But we dedicated the evening. Whitney would have wanted this party to go on any more than the Grammys should stop.
According to the claims made in the original script, Whitney Houston believed something terrible might happen to her after surviving an earlier drowning incident. The narrator suggests she wanted at least one trusted person to know her side of the story in case she was unable to tell it herself. The script goes on to argue that the controversy surrounding Whitney's death caused many people to question Clive Davis's role in her career and the way artists were treated in the music industry. It also claims that Brandy's decision to share parts of Whitney's story has encouraged more people to criticize Davis and the business practices associated with his era. The narrator further accuses him of taking advantage of talented artists, especially Black musicians, by keeping control over valuable music rights while many performers struggled financially. These are serious allegations that have circulated online for years, but they have never been proven in court or confirmed by official investigations. The script ends by claiming Whitney remained loyal to Clive Davis throughout much of her career, but was ultimately disappointed by how their relationship ended. It also argues that she often faced limits on her creative freedom. Whether people agree or disagree with these claims, the story continues to spark debate among fans, with many still asking questions about Whitney's life, career, and tragic death.